Get ready for what's probably the greatest entertainment news talk show out of Austin, Texas. Get ready for everything entertainment news and talk. And now, here's your host, Clint Baker. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Clint with Clint Likes Everything. I'm here for another episode of Everything Entertainment News and Talk. Man, we got a good show today. What do we got on the lineup? We're going to be talking about a Squid Game reality show. What? Armas as Marilyn Monroe. We have Elvis movie coming this week. A Joker musical? What are they talking about here? Wonder Man, whoever the hell that is. We got we're going to talk about Miss Marvel. We're going to talk about Obi-Wan. We're going to talk about a new Jon Snow series. Game of Thrones, people, you're going to love that. That's in development right now. But before we do that, guys, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell. That's right. Just subscribe. Hit that button. Subscribe. And if that isn't enough, whoa, that's not even supposed to be. What are you doing here?
I don't know.
Yeah, if that's not enough. Wow. There we go. Boom. Hey, here I am. If that's not enough, and you want to help, you're really loving this show, you're loving the wrong cameras on the wrong people, man, you can pitch in, help me fix my software by going to Clint Likes Everything at Patreon, and you can help us out, and we appreciate all the patrons that we already have. And before we go say hi to them, let's get the gang in here. What is up, fellas?
Oh, hey.
Holy smokes! I got Curtis, otherwise known as CB3.
Oh, hey, there's Cameron.
Are you there?
I'm here.
All right, talk to me.
I'm right here.
I'm not hearing you.
I'm sorry. You're talking to me. Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
Can you hear Cameron?
Yeah, I heard him a little bit. Yep.
All right. Cool. I'm not hearing you at all. So I'm going to have to. There we go. All right, dudes. I got Curtis right here. CB3, how you doing, Curtis?
I'm doing very well. Happy Friday to everybody. Happy Friday, Clint. Happy
All
Friday,
right.
Cameron. Happy Friday, Derek.
Coming all the way from Houston, Texas. And then we also have Derek in the house. Derek, how you doing, man?
I am fantastic.
All right. Are you fantastic?
Yeah. We're talking about Obi-Wan today.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Yes, we are. All right, there we go. And then I'm having a little technical lag here. Wait for it.
Oh, yeah.
Cool that. How funny. And then Cameron, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good.
Yeah, Cameron's. I think he's coming through somebody else's mic or something. Get right up on it, Cameron.
I'm right up. I mean,
He's right.
Yeah.
couldn't be any more honest.
Not coming.
Talk to me. Cam.
I don't think I'm coming through, but
Uh-oh. Hold on here.
So while we're fixing this stuff, a little bit of news. I did see the Bob's Burgers movie. I saw like one preview for it. I didn't even know it was out. My wife happened to catch it. So I love that show. Took the kids to see it in theaters. It's pretty good. It's they call it a comedy musical. I mean, it was all right. It's the comedy works a little bit better in the short subject arena of the shows, and honestly, a lot of the shows are very musical as well. So it was good, but it wasn't spectacular, which is maybe that's why it floated under the radar a little bit.
Interesting. I'd heard about this movie, and I heard the fans would love it, but everyday people were going to be like, "What is this?" And are you a Bob's Burger fan?
Yeah, I really am. But before I even knew the movie was out and it was coming out, and I'm rewatching all the seasons.
Cool.
And yeah, it just apparently was out, and my wife was like, "Didn't you want to go see this?" And I was like, "Yeah." So
well, let's hear what Cameron has to say about it, so I can fix his mic.
well, I don't want to say that I'm not the biggest Bob's Burgers fan, but I'm not the biggest Bob's Burger fan, unfortunately.
You are not. Say that again.
I'm just not the biggest Bob's Burgers fan. Maybe it's
That's super weird.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. This might be a tough episode for me.
Say it again.
It's gonna be a tough episode for me if I, stuff I've never seen. Good.
Would you talk to me? We're doing an unprofessional sound check real quick, so for everybody at home, how about you?
Yeah.
Keep talking, Derek.
All right. My name is Derek. This is my second time on the show. I had a lot of fun last time, so now I'm back.
Okay, now back to Cameron.
And I saw Derek have so much fun last week. I just couldn't resist myself. I couldn't talk about all the big stuff.
Super
Check his
weird.
connection.
Yeah, wiggle that cord, would you?
Wiggly, wiggly.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, that's where it is.
Now talk to me. Just unplug it and plug it back in. You know how an XLR works. Super weird.
Break in the line somewhere. It's not because move the line more, not the connection. Move the line more.
Hold on, Curtis, man. We got this over here.
Okay.
Oh.
Just 'cause-
There, now he's back.
I'm just not going to touch it.
There we go.
Hey.
Now we're talking. Now we keep talking.
Ooh, I'm happy now. We can hear me.
First try.
I'm happy to have fun on the show.
All right.
Just had to wiggle the wire. Wiggle the wire.
All right, let's talk to the chat. Let's talk to the chat real quick. It was actually on this end. It was on the on my end.
Thank you, Nat. I do appreciate that. Everything will go wrong as soon as you go live.
That is correct. Okay, but we're all here now, and we're all sounding good. So let's see what we got. Okay, let's do a audience participation sound check, and we're gonna all talk, and then we'll ask the crowd how's it sound, and then we'll go back to doing our thing. Man, my computer's doing funky stuff.
Well, I'll go ahead and talk, and this is my radio voice.
Talk to me.
You're listening to Clint Likes Everything.
I can't hear you again.
It's Friday night, and oh boy.
I can hear him.
Yeah, we're hearing it.
I guess I can hear me.
All right. And how about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, everybody. How do I sound? Do I sound enthused? Do I sound hydrated?
You sound like I want you to read to me, Derek. I want you to use that sultry voice and read to me. Something.
Chris, for your consideration, outstanding variety talk series, and all other categories.
All right.
The Late Late Show with James Corden.
Okay, that was an interesting intro. Let's talk. Let's talk to the gang. All right, we got Melissa. Yo. Are we not? There it is. Yeah, I got a serious lag. If it wouldn't destroy everything, I'd restart my computer right now. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to we're going to roll with it. And once we get to the next topics, everything will be cool. So, you require my participation while you work? So cruel. Nat says, sounds good. Bobby says, hi, everybody. Sounds good. Voices are seconds before the stream. Oh, well, that's fantastic. All right. Well,
Yeah,
we're
lag.
getting a little lag. It's all good. If you like lag wagon, let's move on. Let's get going with the show. What do you say there, fellas?
I'm ready to
Yeah.
roll.
All right, and so we'll do this. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Walk and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson approached about Emmys as the producers aim high. This comes to us from Deadline. I think this is a fantastic idea. Get two of the world's most fantastic entertainers to host the Emmys. I said that like Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with Emmy hosts? Yeah, man, I couldn't think of two better people, and I think it's great. You're gonna have Chris Rock, who's a great presenter, great host, funny comedian, and then you're gonna have security on stage. You'll have The Rock to protect him. If anybody goes on stage, The Rock will just give him the people's elbow. Bam, it's over. I think that's brilliant, and also I think The Rock, this is a cool thing to round out his well-rounded career, and he's just a good entertainer, likable person. Everybody likes The Rock. And Chris Rock, after last year, I think he deserves another normal awards to do, and I hope he makes all of that Netflix money when it's time for him to talk about it in his stand-up. But what do you guys think? Derek, what do you think?
I think it's good. Yeah. I don't have a lot of big opinions about it. I've always enjoyed The Rock. I've always enjoyed Chris Rock. Get both the Rocks on the stage. And yeah, I do agree. I think Chris Rock deserves a safe place to host a show.
How about you, Cameron? What do you think about it?
I wonder if it was in a contract somewhere. Like maybe they approached Chris Rock and he's like, "Man, I ain't going back up on one of those stages in front of Hollywood unless I have some security. Come on." And they're like, "How about The Rock? 2-in-1?" You know, like you said. But I love The Rock. I think he's great. He seems like he's a great people person. I've heard great stories about him on set. He knows everybody's name and is just a great guy. I think he bought one of like his mentors from his high school days a truck just to say, "Hey man,
Wow.
I appreciate what you did for me." So I think The Rock's a great guy. I mean, I hope I never hear anything bad about him because I'd be really disappointed.
I hate that when you have somebody that you're like, this guy's great, and then all of a sudden, like somebody like Tom Hanks or somebody who's just like he has no smudge on his career. Like you don't ever want to hear anything bad about people like that. You know what I mean? Bill Murray, when the recent allegations, of inappropriate behavior on set, I was like, not Bill Murray. That's my dude. I love Bill Murray. So yeah, I agree with you. How about you, Curtis? What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is going to be if they can pull it off, good. The Rock is we all know Chris Rock deserves a second or another chance, and he was good regardless. The Rock is going to be good. I almost prefer him as an entertainer than as an actor. Now depends, of course, on the role and stuff, all that junk. But and here's the thing: like if you read there, it says that nobody signed on yet. They're not sure if they can pull it off. I think this is a big publicity push because it's going to get everybody excited for it, and then they're going to be able to be like, "Look, everybody wants it," to kind of get one of those kind of push things. So hopefully they can pull it off and make it happen.
Yeah, sometimes when you get the audience or the public stoked on something, and sometimes when you get them stoked on something, and I forgot to pull that screen up. It can make it like you can get fan casting. It makes it happen when they're like, "Hey, people like this." Recently, Idris Elba. People have been saying for years that he should be the next Bond, and finally the Broccoli's, the people who are in charge of who own the Bond franchise, they did some polling and stuff, and they figured out that there's an overwhelming amount of people that are interested in having Idris Elba be James Bond, and they've been dodging this because of his age. They're like, they want to get a guy just like Wolverine and any other thing. When they cast somebody, they want him for 10, 15 years. They've been saying, he's too old, but it's overwhelming the amount of people that are excited about Idris Elba potentially being James Bond. Nobody cares about his age. Nobody cares about his race. It's just Idris Elba's cool, and that's what 007 is supposed to be. 007 is supposed to be cool. So me, I'm on that team. I'm like, dude, let's get some Idris Elba Bond. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think about that? Let's start with Curtis. What do you think?
You know how I feel. I've been on the Idris Elba train for a while now. Like I absolutely think he should be Bond. I think he's one of the coolest just on-screen personas that is out there, period. And yeah, we've talked about the age thing before, but again, like first of all, 10 years he could probably pull off. He looks like he's 20 years younger than he should be, but I'm just saying, like, they've done Bond movies before with one or two offshoots. If they can't get a full 5-movie deal out of him or whatever, then that's fine. Make 2 badass movies and move on, because I'm ready to see this happen, and I think he besides being so cool, he's so smooth. He's kind of everything you think of when you think of James, and he's British, everything you
Yeah.
think of when you think of James Bond. And so I'm ready to see it. I hope they really do move forward with it.
Cool. What do you? How about you, Cameron? What do you think?
I think it's cool. I wonder if like these fan castings come from like maybe a PR team that gets on Reddit and Facebook and pays these meme accounts to say, "Oh, this person would be great,"
Maybe.
and that's how these things happen. Or if the fans really want it. But I'm on the train. I was watching The Harder They Fall last night, and man, Idris Elba is a badass in that. And I think you just want a cool, suave, badass guy to play Bond. And
Right.
I read an article where he kind of talked about it in the past. Like, does he want to be the guy to be the first black Bond, and that's the thing because he's the black Bond, or does he want to be Bond because he deserved the role and should be Bond? And he said that's not something I really need to do. So to see him, if he does it, kind of cool to step up and say, "Fuck it, who cares what people think?" It's a different day and age. Like, I'm Bond. I think he has the commanding presence to be Bond. The build, I think, in my mind, I picture Bond kind of tall and lanky, that lanky. I don't know how to describe it, but he's got the look. That's how I feel about it.
I agree with you. I could see him going into a classy casino in a suit and tux, you know what I mean, and flipping up in a thing and lighting a cigar and talking to the bartender, and like he could totally pull it. What do you think, Derek?
I agree with both. I agree with everybody. The last I heard, I don't know if it was a year or two ago, someone was saying Tom Hardy was going to be the next one, or it was rumored to be the next one. And I love Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I heard that a little bit. Yeah,
I love Tom Hardy, but I was hoping for Idris, and no, I would love to see that. 100%. The look, everything you guys said, I agree.
Well, we'll see. Let's see. Let's keep crossing our fingers. Hopefully, if it's not Idris Elba and it's not Tom Hardy, who I also back a lot, maybe somebody else will come out of the woodwork. We'll see. And whenever they figure it out, we will be here to talk about it. So let's jump to another crazy thing that popped up recently. Check this out. Check this out. Maybe. Boy, we sure are getting some computer lag today. There we go. Squid Game reality series. That's right, guys. Squid Game reality series. What in the hell is going on? What's the deal with Squid Game? It's not even working, so I'm just gonna go to the. I don't know what's up today. I'm having technical issues. I have a bunch of windows open, and I think it's something in there is like slowing me down. So we're gonna get rid of all that. Let's see here. Get rid of you.
Yeah, Bobby says that Idris has a young Sean Connery look.
I agree.
And, Destiny, he could definitely pull it off. And at the same time, Bobby, also, Cameron, introduce yourself real quick. She was asking, who is Cameron? If you get
Who's this guy?
Oh, random thing. So Clint used to play in a great band called Mayday Mayday, and my roommate used to be the drummer in that band. So we're linked up now. I figured if Dan is friends with Clint, my roommate, I probably want to be a part of this, and I love everything Marvel and this whole universe you guys are in, so I'm happy to be here. But I'm Cameron Courtney. I'm from Austin, Texas.
There he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was having some technical issues. Guys, is it laggy out there? Are we experiencing some lag? I just like to say lag. Yes, and this is Cameron right here. The man, the myth, the legend, Cameron.
I'll take that.
Yeah. So Squid Game, guys, they're doing a Squid Game reality show. What in the hell is going on with that? Like, how does that work? How does that work? Like Squid Game, is Netflix going to kill these guys? Like, hey, we're going to kill the contestants. That's what Squid Game is. That's what makes Squid Game cool. Or like, are they going to do some real stakes? Like, I don't mean like to eat steaks. I mean like real stakes. Like in the show, they get people who are like seriously in debt, and because they're willing to do anything because they need money. I'm like, what if they get real people who are about to go bankrupt, and then they do something like, okay, we're going to put your mortgage on the line. If you win, I pay off your house and give you $1 million. If you lose your car and mortgage. Do you want to be involved? And then like you end up in serious trouble if you lose the shit, because otherwise what's the point? Like, hey, we're just a bunch of normal people. It's like going to the Price is Right or something, like, except maybe they have some death-defying feats that they got to do, like walking on the broken glass. And but yeah, and I heard they had a hard time getting this show insured because there's like 400. There's like 400. For one, you put the name Squid Game, we're gonna kill everybody. But two, there's like 400 contestants or something crazy like that. So it's pretty nuts. And they got a $4.56 million purse, which is one of the biggest purses in game show history. So it's crazy stuff. What do you think? Curtis, thoughts?
I'm not sure what I like if they do stuff kind of like what you're talking about, where they, specific, because they are it's currently casting. Everybody go jump on that. If they do stuff like what you're talking about, where they pick specifically disadvantaged people and
they're not going to
don't murder them. Don't murder them.
I'm
but-
just kidding. I'm just
No,
kidding. I'm being
but
sarcastic though. Like,
But it would be, I mean, like, it would be, I would watch it more, I mean, instead of a bunch of, reality TV people, like, that can go move to LA and just live there for, months at a time and not have any bills to worry about. Like, they're real people that, needed some help, and yes, not murder them. Like, it'll be a better show. I think they're cashing in. It's probably going to be super successful, but it kind of bums me out because I really think they're cashing in. It might still be good, but the point of the show was to show, like, how you can take advantage of people in a bad situation and in the worst way possible. And of course, they're not gonna murder them, but still, like, and they're just I don't know. It's kind of going against the point of the show, which they're gonna have second season's coming out. Like, I don't like it, but I'll probably watch it. Like, it's one of those, I don't feel dirty and I have to take a shower every time I watch it and stuff like that. But I don't know how I feel about it yet. They could do a lot of great things with it, but it really just seems like a cash in to me.
yeah, I think of course it's a cash in. This is
Well, yeah.
This is Netflix, who just had their first time to have their stocks go down ever. Like they're trying to do anything, and this is their highest rated property of all times. Like, this is like this show they made for very little money. I think it was like $20 million, and it's worth $1 billion for Squid Game is what they valued it at after all of the views and all that. And so, yes, of course they're going to be doing something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's absolutely what you do. What do you guys think? How about Derek? What do you think?
It's weird. I feel like, and I could be wrong, I feel like it's just gonna be, what's that show? Knockout? Is that what it is? Where they just go through obstacle courses and try to make it to Wipeout. To me, it feels like it's just gonna be Wipeout, but Squid Game themed, and it might just be a big, tough challenge that's just fun and themed, and that could be all there is to it. But maybe, I don't know. I'll wait and see. I'll keep an open mind.
Yeah, a bunch of nerds playing red light, green light. If it's anything like Ninja Warrior, count me in, dude. I'm in. How about you, Cameron?
Well, yeah.
What do you think?
I was kind of thinking what Derek just said. I hope it's not just, it could just be another Wipeout show, but I really like your idea. Let's bring some stakes into this. I want to see some consequence is what I want. I want some consequences to come out of this show. I'd like there to have to be a documentary of the people who were on the show like 5 years from now, like, damn, this show really wrecked my life. Everything, I wanted I want those types of consequences. Maybe does the winner get to be on the show? That would be kind of cool. But if it gets kind of gnarly and they start murking people, I think it's just the next step in our evolution to becoming the idiocracy world for Mike Judge. So
Yes, absolutely.
that's how I feel about it. But I'd like to see some consequences and some stakes.
Yeah. It's what plants crave. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. I'm friends with Sonny, who was the lawyer in Idiocracy. If you remember the lawyer, I'm buddies with him. I actually might get him on the show with us at some point. I was talking to him. He's a really cool dude. Sonny Castillo. Hell yeah, man. Who knows what they're gonna do with this Squid Game show? It seems a little sketchy. Yes, if you win, you get $1 million. If you lose, you spend a year in prison. Oh no!
Something along those lines is great to me.
Something like that. We'll see. But speaking of cashing in, guys. Speaking of cashing in on stuff, there's a lot of stuff out there, and lately they have been talking about. We just found out yesterday from the Hollywood Reporter that. I'm watching my screens up here. Come on now. Come on, computer. Come on, Adam. Get up. That is a Real Steel reference. There we go. They're talking about, speaking of milking it with your super high-rated properties, HBO right now is talking about doing a Jon Snow series. It's in development right now with Kit Harington. The show would take place where they left off with Game of Thrones, where Jon Snow goes to the north. And who knows what they're going to do after that. But what we do know is that the few survivors could show up in cameos. And who doesn't like cameos? Fan service. Not more fan service. Yeah, more fan service. Let's do it, man. Let's get some cameos. Let's see what happened to Arya Stark. Let's see what happened to Sansa. Actually, Arya, that's the show I want to see. A little ninja, that little assassin going around on adventures, traveling around the world. That's really what I want to see. Also, I'm excited about the this prequel, The House of Dragon, where they talk about the Targaryens and stuff. I'm excited. I like dragons and fire and blondes. So, I mean, all those things are good. Derek, what do you think about a Jon Snow series? And also, what do you think about House of the Dragon? House of the Dragon, I believe it's called.
I was a little late to the Game of Thrones wagon, but I did like it a lot up until the last handful of episodes. And Jon Snow was one of my favorite characters. I'd be down to explore that, depending on who the showrunner is. And yeah, same with the prequel series. I love fantasy. Yeah, when it's done right, it's one of my favorite genres. So, yeah, I'm open to it. I'm definitely open to it. I'll know more when I see a teaser or something, or if I find out if there's good writers or directors attached to it.
That's the big thing. It's the writing, and like the last season of Game of Thrones, they ran out of material. And so basically the showrunners they kind of gave us what they never did the rest of the time. Most of that series was a lot of talking, and then occasionally you get some action. And what they did at the end, Jar Jar Martin, as I like to call him, hadn't finished the books yet. So they went ahead and just said, okay, let's talk to him, figure out how this story is supposed to play out. And they kind of went and did the end of the story without a book to steal ideas for dialogue, and just gave us a ton of action. So it was kind of awesome in a way that, like, you got to see dragons destroying stuff and big epic battles and all this crazy action, but the actual content, the meat of the story wasn't really there. So it's like it was an amusement park ride. The last season was, and so a lot of fans didn't like that. The big question is, if they do a sequel, what are they going to base it on? Is George R. R. Martin gonna write a script, help them craft this thing? Is it going to be just some rando, like, hey, let's get this person who wrote Obi-Wan Kenobi that barely has anything to do with anything and have them write a story that's Game of Thrones. It's kind of weird. We got all these properties that they're expanding on. Instead of like writing new properties, every studio is taking their popular properties and then just expanding on them, and it's strange. So what is going to happen? I don't know. Is it going to be good? Who knows? We won't know until we find out who is writing it, and then we still won't know until we watch it. So let's see. Curtis, do you watch Game of Thrones?
I've got I watched the first season. Me and wifey started watching it last year. You know, like I've told you before, I usually don't like watching shows until they're done because I can't. I prefer to binge, and I can't I hate waiting for the next episode or the next season, especially whenever it's like a year or two later. Wifey and I started watching it last year. We got about through season 1. It's just with little kids, we have to basically wait till they go to bed, and yeah. So that it's just we've really enjoyed it. Like it's not a thing like, oh god, we got to watch this fucking show again. But you know, it's just, you know, with little kids, and that show is not made for little kids. We got to wait till they go to bed, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm fine with the expanded universe stuff. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, with siblings having intercourse, you kind of want to wait till the kids go to bed. You know,
little maybe. You know, we're progressive, but not that progressive. Like I mean, like I'm fine with the expanded universe stuff, though. You know, some of the best stories came from like the Star Wars expanded universe. A lot of expanded universes and stuff like that. Not, you know, the original creators' ideas. However, you know, they were kind of tested a little bit first through books and other stuff, and so getting somebody in there right away to expand the universe is a little iffy, especially when the author's still alive. But we'll see. I mean, like from what I have seen, I would want to see more of it. Again, I've heard the ending is bad. I have not seen it, so
I guess we will have to see what happens. Man, I'm excited. I am a big Game of Thrones fan. So like I went down in full cosplay, downtown and went and saw like the museum. No, yeah, absolutely. No, they had a Game of Thrones museum during South by Southwest one year, and I went and
that's cool.
And checked that out. Yeah, it was fantastic. So, all right, well let's move on and talk about another movie that's coming up. That's we're getting all these iconic movies with iconic characters and a lot of biopics and different things that keep popping up. And the one I'm talking about, if you can't tell, I'm fighting my computer right now. My computer's doing some wild stuff. The one I'm talking about is Ana de Armas, man. We were talking about Bond earlier. Something that a Bond girl that I don't think got enough love is Ana de Armas, man. She was fantastic in that last Bond movie. I don't know if you guys saw her, but she was great, and she was so good that the geniuses over at the John Wick camp scooped her up, and they're making a show with her. And I'm like, how perfect, dude. I want to see her be a spy and do some John Wick stuff and kick some ass, because she's not only is she stunning, but she is she's just got a charisma. She just shines on screen, and she's a fantastic actress, and she really I was saying before, made me hate her guts in Deep Water. I don't know if you saw that Ben Affleck movie, but she's a complete terrible human being in that movie, and she played it fantastically. Well, that shiny charisma is coming to the screen with a Blonde movie. Well, Blonde, what's that? Blonde is a Marilyn Monroe movie that is coming out on Netflix soon. It's NC-17. What? Yes, I said it. NC-17. Hold on here. Goodness gracious. I don't know what's going on today.
YouTube just kicked us off. They're
Really?
Like, oh, NC-17, get him out of here.
Oh,
No,
I thought you just
no.
you just scared me. I thought that really happened. There we go. Ana de Armas. Right there. I'm gonna back up out of here. Something is making my computer go crazy, and I can't figure out what the hell it is. We're trying to have a professional. We're trying to look professional here, and I got Cameron and Derek in the house.
Am I?
I'm trying to make a good impression.
We haven't done 4 people in forever. That might be.
Yeah.
something going
Well,
on there. I don't
also,
know.
I have a lot of windows open on for all of these different topics, and it might be that. Where instead of making graphics, I got that going, but all right, we're gonna get out of this. So maybe, holy crap! Now we're stuck. Hold on. Sorry, dudes.
Ooh, cool it down. Cool it down.
See if that works.
Probably Skynet.
All right, maybe that worked. Now, I think it worked, dudes. Oh, look. Wait for it. Okay. I'll try not to be John Campia and freak out on screen. One second, guys. There it is.
Hey.
Hey, so Marilyn Monroe. It's a Marilyn Monroe movie with Ana de Armas. I watched this trailer and holy crap, dude! Like with her. You know, for one, she's Cuban. She's got an accent. And I was like, she's not going to be able to do this. Like, it's going to be really, she couldn't even speak English for a long time where she had to fake she would memorize the script. And I saw an interview with her. She would memorize the script and go in and do these auditions and she's just so good and so smart. She was able to memorize it. And then when they would start talking to her, she would be like, huh? And they realized you don't even understand me. Like you're that good that you just memorized the script and didn't understand what the hell they were talking about. And of course, she's learned English over the years, but she's brilliant. But I thought, man, I don't know if they're gonna be able to get past that. She's Cuban, and it might be weird. Man, they bleached her hair, and there's no doubt she's stunning. She's super stunning. But when I watch this trailer, there's a part where she's real upset, and then there's a part where she turns on the Marilyn, and she's like, and smiles in the camera, and all of a sudden I realized that her Marilyn voodoo got a hold of me, and I was looking at the screen and I was smiling really big, and I'm like, she completely hooked me with the Marilyn thing. That just there's a few people out there that just have this thing that just grabs a hold of people is charisma, and she's got it. And now I think, man, this is going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be really good. It's NC-17. I don't know how wild they're going to get with Marilyn Monroe's life. She's had she had a crazy life, and there's a bunch of crazy books about that. But we're going to see. While I adjust this thing here, what do you guys think? We'll start with Cameron. What do you think about this? Did you see the trailer, and how do you feel about this?
I got some feelings. I'll tell you what. Ana de Armas, I'm going to watch anything she does. NC-17, I'm probably going to have to watch it alone, but I'm definitely going to watch it. One thing that concerned me, that I've heard that, she was struggling with the voice. Even so much, there were some reshoots and overdubbing they had to do. So everything you said, Clint, I agree. She has that magnetic charisma, but I don't know if she's going to nail the voice. And it's really uncomfortable to me when people put on accents and they're not well done. It just really takes me out of it. And because that trailer only gave us like half a sentence where she was kind of crying, we didn't get to hear the voice at all. That's kind of what confirmed my fears that she might not be able to pull it off. But I love her. Knives Out was an amazing movie. She came out of nowhere from, was it Spain or?
She's Cuban.
Cuban. Okay, yeah. She came out of nowhere and is amazing. So I'm going to watch it. Definitely going to watch it.
Awesome. How about you, Derek? What do you think, man?
I imagine that they could have, if she couldn't pull it off or if they couldn't find some way to make it work, then they would have just cast somebody else. There's a lot of talented people out there. She is very talented. I first saw her. Did you guys ever watch, was it Knock Knock? That with Keanu Reeves?
That's a gnarly movie.
That's the first time I ever saw her. And yeah, it was messed up. But then, Knives Out. And every time I see her, I'm like, she's really good. Blade Runner.
Oh, she was really good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Biopics aren't normally my thing, so I'll see it when I see it. But I'm definitely not put off because she's in the role. That would be more excited about it actually because she is really good.
There's another one that's coming soon too, and that is the Elvis movie. There's the Elvis movies coming this week. The Elvis movie. What do you think, Curtis? Are you excited about this Elvis movie? I'm a huge Elvis fan. I have been for a long time since I was a kid. My mom, is a big Elvis fan, and I know I'm just kind of toying with you a little bit because I know you're a huge Elvis fan, Curtis. Yeah, but we got this Elvis movie with Austin Butler and Tom Hanks as the Colonel, and which, by the way, guys, if you're a fan of Elvis and stuff, there's a book called The Colonel that I just recommended to Curtis. It's called The Colonel, and it's a book. It's really about Colonel Tom Parker, and it's fascinating. So I highly recommend that, and it's on Audible if you don't have time to read, but you like to listen to stuff in traffic. The Colonel, check it out. Curtis, what are your thoughts on this up and coming Elvis movie? Are you excited? I kind of feel. By the way, before I keep starting to let you talk, and then I keep chiming on. I kind of feel the same way about this Elvis. I think Austin Butler doesn't look right, and I am kind of like not feeling this casting, and where is I think I like him and I would like him in other roles, but for some reason I don't think he's right for this, and I'm hoping I see I'm hoping I see this movie and he changes my opinion the way that Ana de Armas did for Marilyn Monroe. Now, what do you think, Curtis?
Well, first, real quick on Marilyn, I really enjoyed this trailer. I do usually like biopics. I don't necessarily go out and seek them out, but this one looks good. And of course, her real name was Norma Jean Baker. My grandfather would always say that she was related to us, which they've done there's a whole documentary about DNA where actually, because the mom had several husbands, she's not, but anyway,
Curtis, that would explain why the three, you and I and Marilyn Monroe are so good looking. You know what I mean? We're all related.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that makes perfect sense to me. So, but so I'm excited for this. And then whenever we were talking about the voice, and even Bobby says use a different voice if necessary. She's got the look. They could use that technology you've talked about several times, and forgive me, I can't remember the name.
Respeecher.
Respeecher. I mean, like they can easily make this out. Like there's so much Marilyn, or there's enough Marilyn stuff that they could get her voice playing, and then it's so old enough. Unless you're a super duper fan, you might not know the difference. But when it comes to Elvis, yeah, I'm going to be there opening day. Like I can't, and I have been listening to The Colonel. It's a spectacular book. Check it out on Audible. It's kind of crazy. It focuses more on the Colonel, at least in the beginning, of course, because it's on him. But it's a spectacular book. Check it out on Audible. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But yeah, this guy, like, you're never going to find somebody who can play Elvis. Like, let's just be honest. You're not. It's like It's like for me, it's like saying, like who could play Jesus, and like you can't, Elvis is even harder for me. But this guy, he just looks such a dweeb. Like, you look at Elvis's chin in the movies. Elvis could take a punch. Like he was always played a tough guy. He wasn't like Arnold, of course, but Elvis look, and if you don't understand what I'm saying about his chin, look at his daughter Lisa Marie, and she's gorgeous. But look at that chin. Like he could take a punch. This guy, you sneeze on him wrong and he's going to fall over. So it kind of bothers me a little bit. Hopefully the movie is good enough. And I really want him to change my mind. I hope he does. Tom Hanks as the Colonel, like, we'll see, but Tom Hanks is amazing in everything. Like I'm not even worried if Tom Hanks is going to pull it off. Like you could put Tom Hanks as Elvis and he's probably going to find a way to fucking pull it off. But yeah, look at that chin. Yeah. So, but I am going to be there opening day. It's been a long time since we've had a big Elvis biopic. And hopefully it's done correctly. Hopefully it's done right. I love the man. Like, give me one a year. Like I'll go see him. Like,
Yeah, man,
you were 1 year of his life, and I'll go see it. Like,
and we're going to be doing the King versus Queen. Which we're going to be doing the Queen on our Versus show, where we're going to cover this new Elvis movie versus the Queen movie that came out recently, which is going to be great. That Queen movie was fantastic. It was really what's the main guy's name?
Sam Ra- no.
No, Rami,
Not Sam, Ramin.
Malik?
Yeah,
Malik?
Malik. Yeah, he was fantastic in that. Hopefully, these guys are as good in this movie as they were in that. But we're gonna decide once and for all whenever we do that episode of Versus. And speaking of which, tonight at 8 p.m., same channel, same bat time, same bat channel, we're gonna be doing a movie battle of two absentee dads. That's right. We're gonna be doing Hugh
Father's
Jackman.
Day weekend.
That's right. We're going to be doing Real Steel versus Over the Top. That's right. Hugh Jackman versus Sylvester Stallone, battling it out as to who can repair the relationship with their sons the best. That's what tonight's going to be all about at 8 o'clock. So if you're around for that, that would be sweet to have you with us.
And thank you, Bobby. Bohemian Rhapsody is the movie. And we
yes.
talked about, we didn't want to, we talked about like, well, we're going to see it. Like, we didn't want to do spoilers, but like, it's Elvis's life. Like, there's not really spoilers for it, So like,
spoiler alert, he died.
Whoa, dude.
And just real quick,
not cool.
with Tom Hanks and the Elvis movie.
Wait, yeah. What do you guys think? Like,
I think fat suits are cheating. I expect Christian Bale like discipline for my actors. If you want to do the body transformations, I'll give Colin Farrell a pass in the Batman because he crushed that role. But fat suits are cheating. I think he should put the weight on and lose it if he wants to lose it. But
is he wearing a fat suit in that?
Unless Tom Hanks gained a bunch of weight, from what I remember in the trailer, he was big. He looked like Winston Churchill or something.
Yeah.
But
Colonel's a big dude.
The Austin Butler, though, he's got tough shoes to fill. Like you said, whoever has to go into that role, the expectations are going to be so high. So I think I'm just going to try to. I'm not as excited as CB3, but I'll tell you that I'll watch it the first week it comes out on streaming, and yeah, that's about how I feel about it.
How about you, Derek?
I'm excited that Baz Luhrmann's doing it. I love Baz Luhrmann movies. I didn't love Australia. I don't love all of his movies, but I really like Moulin Rouge. I loved his take on Romeo and Juliet. So his pacing and the way he shoots, I think it's going to be enjoyable. I think it's going to, I don't know. I kind of have this, like, my mom was a really big Elvis fan too, so I grew up listening to Elvis as well. So that is a biopic that I would be excited about. And the fact that it's Baz Luhrmann, like, it's going to have a very specific style, and I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see how it looks, mostly.
Yeah, I'm excited. I might try and take my mom to the movies to see that. Like, my mom doesn't get out much, but I might make her go see that. That's this guy, Elvis is like, when I was a kid, I'm like you guys. Like my mom listened to loves Elvis, and when I was a kid, there was constantly Elvis. All of it, Elvis movies. There was Elvis music. There was like even like the holidays. I always like Christmas time. My mom used to put an Elvis Christmas album, and we decorate the house, and it's just like it's a really kicks back to my childhood. Like, and I'm talking right around like 5th grade. You know what I mean? Like that part of my childhood and stuff. So it's exciting. I'm excited to see this. And Curtis the other day asked me, "Hey, what's your favorite?" What's your favorite Elvis movie? And I go, man, I still haven't decided. You know, when I was younger, I would have said "Love Me Tender" because his name is Clint in that. When I was a kid, I wore that like a badge on my sleeve. But I even wanted to look like Elvis. I'd comb my hair, and I remember getting my 4th grade picture in 4th grade. And there's like 2 pictures. There's one where you're looking forward, and then there's another one on the side looking off to the side. Like I don't know if you remember those 80s photos. And stuff, but I was like, yeah, I look like Elvis in this picture, like you know.
Hold on. Shout out to Bobbi. Saw Elvis live in concert in 1977.
Yeah. Oh my
what
God.
an experience that must have been. Wow.
Hell yeah,
Awesome,
Bobby.
Bob.
That's awesome. And I once auditioned, and I've said this before, but I once auditioned for to play Elvis in a movie that what's the main guy?
The last one.
Yeah, what's the
Jonathan
main
Rhys Meyers.
Jonathan Rhys Meyers from the Tours.
Oh wow!
He played Elvis. I auditioned for that, and I got a call back. The casting director was the legendary Hollywood casting director, who is Christian Slater's mom, and she's a legend. She's super well known. And I went and I read for the part. And then then I was going to fly back. I didn't think I got that. And then I got called back. I had to change my flight and went back. And I sat down and had to read in front of the director and the producer and her again. And I guess they decided Jonathan Rhys Meyers was better pick. But I like. It was a real intense scene where Elvis, that I was reading, where Elvis is like, "Mama, blah blah blah," and I did it in my best Elvis voice and all that. And also I'm a singer, so maybe they thought, hey, this guy will be comfortable behind a mic and stuff. So it was interesting. This is back in 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
And just to have been in that seat, to be able to say that I did it was really cool because of my band, I had a couple of opportunities jump in front of me. I got to almost audition for Rent with Rosario Dawson, which would have been crazy too. Yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to be a normal dude. They couldn't get past the fact that I was a singer, so they kept trying to get me on singer parts, and I'm like, can I just be a normal guy in the movies? You know what I mean? But anyway, this isn't about me. This is about Elvis. Elvis, guys, is coming to theaters super soon. Curtis, what's the date?
Next
July
Friday?
July 26th, right? Yeah, July
20. Yeah, whatever next Friday is.
Whatever next Friday is, it'll be here soon. So
Isn't it
you
next
guys
Friday?
go check it out. We'll talk about it after we all see it. Speaking of music, fellas, there's been some weird talk, and we're going to talk a little bit about. I don't know why my system's muted. There we go. We're going to talk about the Joker, guys. We were talking about it last week. Folie à deux is the title for the new Joker movie, which means shared madness. But now we're hearing some interesting things, and by interesting I mean Joker 2, Lady Gaga in early talks to join the musical sequel, which means she might be playing Harley Quinn, which is just a weird thing. What is going on with this? This is a musical Joker? Like, I talked about it last week. This Joker movie was not even a Joker movie. This is like a Scorsese movie that they just slapped Gotham names on and said, hey, guys, it's a Joker movie. It's called Joker. It's got a DC tag, right? It's a Joker. And I was like, hey, this is a solid movie, but this isn't a freaking Joker movie. Who are we kidding? But I'll take it. It's cool. I enjoyed the movie. It was cool. Now they're talking about getting Harley Quinn played by Lady Gaga. Well, she's a good actress. I like her. She's really proven herself recently. But and I'm putting the pieces together. What is going on here? And I'm wondering if shared madness her clearly they're going to be sharing a madness. Her, the Joker, and Harley Quinn, and I wonder. Well, I mean, they got this musician involved. I wonder if it's like them falling in love and falling for each other, and it turns into a musical with those two carrying on romantically in their shared madness, and they're dancing through the hallways of the hospitals and what. I don't know. I don't like musicals. This is and they keep trying to put me in them, but I don't like musicals. So what the hell? It's what. I'm gonna get a nosebleed. Cameron, what the hell's going on here, man?
Oh, I got some opinions.
Let's have those opinions, man. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this.
Gosh, well, first off, I'm not with you on the Lady Gaga as an actress. I'm not sold on her. She's insufferable to me. I try to separate the person from the artist. I think she's an amazing artist, a great singer, but none of her acting has ever really stood out to me. It's like maybe she did great in A Star Is Born, but she's a singer. I want to see her do something outside of like her range and step into a new character. So I don't want to give any spoilers, but I watched the new episode of The Boys, and there was one scene where it kind of broke out into a song, and it felt very much like a musical, and I hated it. I did not like it. It was well done. It was beautiful, but I just didn't want it in my superhero stuff. And if it's going to be anything like that, I'm not for it. The best thing about that little musical scene is that it was a dream sequence and wasn't real, because nope. I can't sit through 2 hours of that. And can't DC introduce different characters? Like James Gunn killed it with The Peacemaker and Suicide Squad, with these characters that DC has in its bank but doesn't pull out. I'm sick of seeing Joker and Batman movies. We've had enough for at least 20 years. Let's dig into the character bank a little bit and get some more fresh faces in there. That's how I feel about it. I'm done with the Joker. I'm done with Harley Quinn. I'm done with Batman.
How do you really feel?
That's how I feel. On to the next. Thank you.
Yeah, why couldn't we get a Polka Dot Man musical? You
got great ideas, Clint. You should call Hollywood.
My phone's blowing up right now. Yeah, I back and I hear you on that, on the Boys spoiler that you just dropped on him. I thought the same thing, except there's no waking up from this. Is this going to be a this is going to be a 2.5 hour delirium, like weird dream sequence / romantic singing, and the big question, I heard somebody on another show talk about, they're like, is Joaquin Phoenix going to start rapping in the middle of this musical? Because oh no. Yeah. Derek, what do you think, man? What are your thoughts on this?
Ultimately, I'm indifferent. Last week I said I never had interest in I never had big interest in the first Joker movie. I don't care about Joker origin and all that stuff. So this one, I find to me it's unnecessary.
Thank you.
But I'm fully in support of like DC branching off and doing like multiverse ideas where it's like, this is a standalone Joker Harley Quinn. It can be a musical. It's not for me, but it's for somebody. That's cool. And I agree definitely with Cameron where it's like there is a whole arsenal of DC characters that they have not explored. Batman is my all-time favorite fictional character, not even superhero. So I'm going to eat up all the Batman content forever. But I do agree. I would love to see more than just Batman, because there's so many great characters out there that they can explore.
Derek,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Derek, you're a DC guy?
Yeah.
What? Sorry to interrupt, but wouldn't Booster Gold be such a great freaking movie and like franchise? Why haven't they done that yet?
They
like,
could
right?
easily.
I mean, it'd be so easy. It would just knock it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Booster Gold, everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't remember where I was going with this. This doesn't upset me. Doesn't make me excited. Well, for me, I don't want to go on a big like side tangent, but I loved Zack Snyder's Justice League. I was a real big like release a Snyder Cut guy. I still want the Snyderverse to be done just so that he can get his vision and his story told. And if DC's going to take the time to make a Joker musical and an animated movie about cars and an animated movie about pets, can we please just let Zack Snyder finish his 2 movies, and then I'm good. Do whatever you want after that. It's like let's be fair. Anyway,
I completely agree. That
I
was very well said.
Yes, I agree too. In a grounded, like, realistic universe where it's like, yes, there's superpowers, but I mean, like, it's very epic. Like Snyder stuff's very epic, and if you've watched 300 or any of that, it's like it's that take on it, except it's guys with powers, you know, and it's cool. Curtis, what do you think, man?
So, I mean, it just sounds like a mess right now. And this is, it just sounds kind of like a mess. I will say, I haven't seen any movie where Lady Gaga acts, but I love Lady Gaga. I mean, I just love her. I think she can pull it off. I haven't seen anything about her acting. But if they're saying it's going to be a musical, obviously they're pulling her in for that reason. I could see her playing Harley Quinn, I guess. I think Margot Robbie just knocked it, and it's a different universe and all that stuff. Margot Robbie killed it so well that I don't know if she'll top it, but I could see her pulling off some different version or something like that. When it comes down to the musical stuff, so literally last week I was saying the same thing, but after talking to Sean McLaughlin and Clint about musicals for a good 2 hours, I really want to see another new musical again and see if it's me. Like, they made such good points. Go back and check out that episode. Why expressing musicals and explaining them in such a good way. Like, I kind of want to see another musical again and kind of test it out, like and see if it was just me and my personal biases and stuff like that. I don't know if Joker's the film for that, but they're obviously doing whatever they want over there because it made $1 billion. So they could be like, it's a romantic comedy, and they got the DC and like Clint was saying, they got DC and Joker on there, so it's probably going to make, if not $1 billion, like very close to it.
Or if it fails, like, here's what people say: cash grab all the time. This is an Oscar grab. That's what they're doing. They're trying to, Gaga came close. Yeah, Gaga came close with House of Gucci and stuff. That's what they want. They want they're like, cool, we got 2 critically acclaimed actors. Instead of just making a dumb superhero movie, we'll make it a musical. It'll be delightful, and it'll probably be sick and twisted. Also, it'll probably be like, singing along and then boom, blowing somebody away. But from an artistic standpoint, it's like, hey, this is so smart. Derek, you look like you're about to say something.
I just had a thought.
What you got?
Did you guys ever watch Repo? What was it called? Repo, the opera, the rock
genetic opera.
Yeah. Did you guys ever watch that?
No.
I wanted to see it, but I know what you're talking about. But I've never seen it.
Now, if this was something like that, then I could see it actually being pretty cool. Because that one was very dark, and the music was good, and it was very twisted. And if they took that approach with it, it could be good. It actually could be good. I didn't think of it that way until just now.
Repo, the genetic opera. Now I gotta do some homework.
I got something to say.
What do you got, Cameron?
Just real quick on this little side tangent. Did you just say Lady Gaga's performance in House of Gucci was Oscar worthy? Is that?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Then we can just move on. We can just let it go.
There was talk about that, though. There was a lot of in the media. There's a lot of she got a lot of love in the media and a lot of people. And I haven't actually seen House of Gucci. Curtis, have you not seen it either?
I'm gonna need to talk.
No,
to
I haven't. I love her to death, but I haven't seen anything that she's been in.
We might find another movie to put up against House of Gucci and do that on a episode of Versus, because I'm dying to see that movie to see what all the hype is about. But it's not a movie.
versus Oscar.
Yeah, it's not necessarily something that I would just go watch, especially after Cameron's expression that the look on his face. now I'm kind of doubting, but yeah, let's see. Speaking of what, Curtis, you just took a deep breath like you're about to say something when I said.
No, I was just saying. Are we going to the chat? Or
yeah, actually, let's go to the chat. We haven't talked to these. We haven't talked. I had so much technical issues today.
We're actually running smooth now.
Yeah, we're. You know why? Because my fan on my that's underneath my laptop got unplugged, and so my laptop was just burning up, and it couldn't keep up, and it was. But
what, Clint?
What?
Fans solve everything.
That's right. Fan service. Speaking
about the fans.
Speaking of fans, we got Mel and Bobbi in the house. Yeah, first row risers. Man, to see Elvis. Holy crap.
$25, she said. $25. Now in 1977, that's different, but still, like that, like, come on, like that's amazing.
Melissa, you saw the last Jurassic Park. I think last I checked, Rotten Tomatoes had the critics scored about 30% and the audience at about 78. 79. What do you think?
Yes, tell us, please, because I'm wondering if I should go see it.
I'm actually editing a review on that right now that I did with Edward from Small Screen that I'll probably have up later on tonight after we finish verses later. I'm going to have to finish editing that. So I'll probably release it first thing in the morning. But me and Edward from Small Screen, I'm doing a review about that movie. I wanted to do a quick 5-minute review, and it turned into like a 20-minute conversation. so because it's all over the place. What did you think? I'm ready for Jurassic Park versus Jurassic World.
I could go on a tangent about the first Jurassic World movie. Not a long one, but I can go on one.
I'll just say this real quick. Now that the pandemic is pretty much over, I don't feel, and hopefully the world doesn't feel such a need for just shameless nostalgia anymore, and we can kind of maybe start moving on to some more original properties instead of bringing everybody back from all the generations to get the
What's
seats.
going to happen, Cameron? Cameron, how old are you, Cameron?
Do I have to say? I just turned 30. I feel real old.
Baby love, baby love. Okay, what's going to happen, Cameron, is that all this 80s and stuff nostalgia is going to die off, and then in about 5 years, all the 90s nostalgia is going to kick in. So it's going to be the same thing, but with different franchises, different people, because all the 90s people are going to start getting old, and they're going to be like, oh, my God, it's amazing. But this, and then we're going to have movies, and those actors come back, and blah, blah, blah.
That's already starting to happen.
Ulrich. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's coming. But it's going to hit really just grab you in the nuts in like 5 years.
Yes, I've already seen it. There's already been 90s parties out the wazoo. There's like 90s parties, and everybody's wearing Doc Martens and flannels, and it's been happening. Like, oh yeah, I need to get a top hat. I'm going to be Slash for this 90s party.
I went to a 90s party a couple years back. It was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. And it's already happening where there's the aughts nostalgia is coming back. Like if you go down,
that's too soon.
No, you go you go downtown. There's like Fall Out Boy tribute bands and stuff. It's really strange, and people are going completely bonkers. I'm like, man, maybe I should get the band back together. But my
do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
But no, it's pretty wild. It's slowly happening where the 90s is old, and it's going to be aughts before you know it, dude.
It's accelerating so fast. Like in every 2 years, we're going to have nostalgia from the last 2 years.
we're gonna be wearing a diesel jeans and having black hair dye in no time. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have the emo is gonna be back.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I work in a rehearsal studio, and yeah, the 2000s alternative emo is very well and strong. People still love to play Mr. Brightside and the Black Parade every day. So,
yeah.
And for some reason, make damn sure, even though no one can sing that song.
I can sing that song.
I can sing that song.
You guys think you can sing that song?
Yeah, no, I can't sing that high, but I'm gonna try it every time.
All right, moving on.
Oh, Melissa K says, New trilogy, Jurassic Universe, dinosaurs in space. That's the most brilliant thing I've heard all day.
Oh, well, that's going to be the crossover between Jurassic World and the Fast and the Furious franchise, I think.
Oh, snap. And then Disney's going to buy them, and the superheroes are going to come in and beat up dinosaurs, like punch them in the face and all that. Man.
That sounds like a great
Dinos in
family
space.
movie.
That's crazy. Releasing all kinds of ionic energy. Speaking of ionic energy, how's that for a segue?
Oh, beautiful.
Boom. Who the hell
just
is
happened.
Wonder Man? Wonder Man? Is that like Wonder Woman's husband? No, that's a Marvel character, you dummy. Wonder Man. And you pick now. There we go. Marvel developing Wonder Man series with Destin Daniel Cretton and Andrew Guest. The Shang-Chi filmmaker is teaming with the Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Community scribe who will serve as head writer. I couldn't think of better people to have involved in a Marvel property. For one, the writing in Community is just fantastic writing. Just fantastic writing. And then the Shang-Chi filmmaker did a fantastic job. One of the best, Curtis might argue, but one of the best Marvel movies to come out in the last several years. Shang-Chi.
Yes.
Yeah, even if you didn't like it, it was fun to watch, and that's what we need. We need Curtis. We need fun to watch stuff, and I'm excited. Who the hell is Wonder Man? Wonder Man is a really strong dude. This guy is as strong as Thor. He's been in fights with the Hulk before where it was a draw. He's really strong. He's made of ions. Baron Nemo made him the way he is, and the dude doesn't even need food. He's self-sufficient. He's got all these crazy things, but yet nobody ever talks about Wonder Man. Why doesn't anybody like Wonder Man? Everybody likes all these other people, but who the F is Wonder Man? And so now we're going to find out. They're going to have this. Hopefully they make it cool. I know he was also, Hank Pym also downloaded his personality, and he's like, and he ended up dying, and they used him to make Vision's personality. So instead of being based off of Jarvis, he's based off of in the comics. Did I get that right, Curtis?
Yep.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna pass the torch to you, Curtis. You talk to me a little bit. I'm asking you. This is all the reading. I never knew who Wonder Man was, but I watched a couple of YouTube videos and I was like, wow, Wonder Man sounds actually kind of cool. But why the hell don't we hear about Wonder Man?
Well, you don't hear about Wonder Man because he fucking sucks and he's lame. But so, first of all, like you're right. He is super powerful, but at the same time, he's super lame. He started out as a bad guy, and I think that's what I'll tell you where they're going with this. Like, or my opinion, but I feel like it made perfect sense once I heard this. I was like, what? Like Wonder Man, and then it all fit together. But he started out as a bad guy. There's been over the years, once he became a good guy, a love triangle between the Scarlet Witch, and Vision kind of thing, because Vision had downloaded his consciousness, and so Scarlet Witch was in love with the Vision. But then at the same time, Wonder Man's like, hey, I'm the real guy. Like, I'm over here. Like, he basically, or he was one of the founding West Coast Avengers. He usually was West Coast Avenger because he was an actor and a stuntman and stuff like that while being a superhero. West Coast Avengers are not that great. So when we talk about what they're going to do with him, all right. So for some reason right now, MCU is bringing back a lot of D-list heroes. I don't know why, but Wonder Man is one of them, and I can see what they're doing with him. So Zemo created the Thunderbolts. Okay, Baron Zemo Baron Zemo was already in the MCU. Spectacular character in the MCU and in the comics. So he's established. He created the Thunderbolts. We've already talked about they're creating a Thunderbolts series. Okay, Zemo also created Wonder Man. All right, so they're probably going to do something there. He was, like you said, originally his consciousness was past the Vision. They're not going to do that now, obviously, with the Vision. But last week, whenever we were talking about the Thunderbolts, and I looked back at the article. We talked about Walker as Captain America. We talked about Yelena as Black Widow, and all of these, other characters. We didn't think, and it wasn't mentioned in the article, about White Vision. White Vision is still kicking around out there. Okay, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to take Wonder Man in the series. Zemo's going to create him somehow, and or maybe some minion of Zemo is going to create him somehow, and then he's going to get comatose like he did in the original story. He starts off as a bad guy, becomes comatose like he was in the original story, and then his consciousness gets downloaded into the new Vision. So now you've got White Vision, and you've got in the Thunderbolts.
Ooh, that's good.
So, and then later on, he's going to wake up. He's going to wake up, and they need a Thor-level hero for the Thunderbolts. They need they don't have a guy like that yet. You could say the Vision potentially is, but Wonder Man's going to wake up and be part of the Thunderbolts as well, which could lead to a Dark Avengers kind of idea, which I think is what they're going for. He's their heavy hitter. And then again, you've got the love triangle with Scarlet Witch. She kind of reforms herself, and she's going on with the White Vision and Wonder Man and blah, blah, blah. And that's I think that because there's no other reason to bring Wonder Man into the MCU except, like I said, their love for D-list heroes. He's super powerful, but like nobody's begging for Wonder Man. Like nobody's like, yeah, we need Wonder Man, So that's what I think they're going to do with it. That White Vision is just like, why is he just kicking around out there? This is where they're going.
Derek, what do you think about that? That's wild. So we'll have comatose Wonder Man. We'll have Vision, White Vision, taking on the personality of him. Then we'll have Wonder Man wake up. So then you're going to have two of them, and it'll probably be the two guys, the same actor, probably doing the voice of both of them. You know what I mean? Like acting with himself because they're almost the same guy. And then we get Scarlet Witch, and this is going to be a convoluted, weird thing. Derek, what are your thoughts on this?
That is a cool theory. I've been thinking about White Vision ever since WandaVision, and I'm not going to spoil Doctor Strange in case anyone out there hasn't seen it yet. But the whole time I was like, what about White Vision, though? But Wanda, what about White Vision, though? Like the whole time in that movie, I'm like, what about White Vision, though?
And Wonder Man's going to be like, I can give you some real babies. Yeah, what's up?
What's interesting, and I don't know if you guys remember or if you ever knew, but when I first saw this, James Gunn actually planned on having a Wonder Man cameo in Guardians 2. You remember that?
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion was cast as him, and you could probably Google it, but I don't think it was an actual scene. It was just there was supposed to be like a background of movie posters, and they were all the actor. You said that Wonder Man was also an actor, so there was movie posters of Nathan Fillion as Simon. Is that his name? I don't remember his real name.
It's
Simon Williams. Yeah,
Simon Williams. There's a bunch of like movie posters with Simon Williams, and it was Nathan Fillion, but it got cut from the movie. So I would like it if they kept that and cast Nathan Fillion, but since it wasn't technically in the movie, they could do whatever they wanted with it.
I could see Nathan Fillion pulling it off. Yeah, like I forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up, but I could see him absolutely pulling it off. Because and the writer you were talking about with Community and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like Wonder Man needs to be a comedy kind of character until he's not. You know what I mean? Like a lot of his stuff was in. He crosses over with She-Hulk a lot because She-Hulk has a lot of comedy in her stuff, and to me, She-Hulk is an A-list character, but she did, she had to work her way up, so she does have a lot of ties with D-list characters, and so I could see if they did it a comedy route until it's not, you know what I mean? Like they can pull that off. They did it with WandaVision itself, with Agatha and stuff like that. They can switch from serious to comedy and stuff like that. So have it kind of be comedic until it gets real. And that'd be awesome.
What do you think, Cameron? Are you excited about Wonder Man?
I am, just because, it's a new character. It's kind of a deep cut. I'm excited just because I didn't see this coming. Nothing, maybe if I had paid attention a little better, but I think I paid pretty close attention. I did not
Nobody
see
saw
this
this coming. No.
Yeah, cool. If Curtis says so, I feel safe then. But yeah, I think it's an exciting thing. Like with Moon Knight, I was kind of hoping maybe someone would touch, or they would touch, where Stephen Grant was the movie producer.
Mhm.
I always thought that'd be kind of cool to maybe do something meta where they're making a show inside the show. So maybe with Wonder Man, we can get that, since he did play, I think he was like a movie star in the comics a little bit. So maybe they could go that angle with it. But what Curtis was saying makes a lot of sense. Personally, I think White Visions went back to Wakanda, but that we don't have to go into all that right now. That's just something I'm going to throw out there. But yeah, those are my thoughts. He showed up in Avengers #9. That's all I got. The fun fact.
Yeah.
But no, you might be right. Maybe Wonder Man, the only place they can save Wonder Man is in Wakanda, and so I'm not saying you're wrong. That makes perfect sense. But I think they're gonna do that conscious transfusion. I don't know. What do you? That's a good point.
I wonder if Hank Pym's going to actually do it. If they they'll probably get somebody else to do it.
I don't know. Well, maybe. I mean, he's still kicking around out there.
Michael Douglas is still kicking around.
Yeah. He's still
kicking around. Yeah, in the comics, it was Hank Pym, but Hank Pym did
Hank Pym created Ultron and stuff like that, and
that's
the thing. So it's got to be either Hank Pym or Wakanda, because Tony Stark's gone. Okay. So yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right, Cameron.
Interesting.
It just makes sense. That's where his last memory would be. If he got his consciousness sent back in the last episode of WandaVision, his last memories would be dying in Wakanda. So maybe he'd go to the home of vibranium, what he's made out of.
Interesting. Well, we got some interesting theories on this Wonder Man show. I'm excited to see what happens.
And I'm fan casting Henry Cavill. Why not?
Okay.
Big, strong dude.
That would be awesome, but he's just too big of a name for. I don't.
I agree with that too. I would like someone with no associations, like Nathan Fillion, where I don't really. I'm not too familiar with his work. I'd like an actor like that.
I would love Nathan Fillion. He's badass.
But Henry Cavill would absolutely kill it as Wonder Man, because Wonder Man is a Superman level hero. He's just fucking lame.
Oh boy. Well, guys, let us know in the comments what you think about Wonder Man joining the joining the MCU. We'll see how that goes. And speaking of other MCU characters, we recently got Miss Marvel. We have a new show, Miss Marvel, that's got a couple of episodes out. What do you guys think about Miss Marvel? I've enjoyed the show. I did a little short review and I talked about it. I'm like, this show is a little bit kiddie for me. It reminds me of a Kool-Aid Man commercial from the 80s. Like, oh yeah, Kool-Aid Man. you get all kinds of scribble and fun graphics and things. And I think it's a fun way to make some material, and I just had to accept, like, hey dude, you're old, this is made for younger people. It's cool. Once I did that, I actually started having fun, and now the foundation of the story is pretty much laid out, and they're starting to get into her using her powers, and the more this happens, the more I'm having fun. We'll see how it goes. I'm just like, I like Clint Likes Everything's the name of the channel, so just know that. But so far I've enjoyed it, and I haven't like gone nuts for it. I'm not like foaming at the mouth, but I've enjoyed it. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this show? We'll start with. Let me see who looks more the most. I'm gonna go with Cameron. Cameron looks like he's chomping at the bit.
Chomping at the bit. I got some more opinions. Yes, I do. Okay.
I like opinions.
Mostly what you said, Clint. I love Marvel because they do have something for everyone, and this isn't for me, but that doesn't mean it's not good. It's definitely, it feels like I'm watching another shit. It is on the Disney Channel, and it feels like a Disney show back from like when I was like 12, and you had those Ariana Grande and Miley Cyrus type shows. That's kind of what it feels like to me. It's kind of cheesy. I know how some people, they don't like how they changed their powers. I kind of like I'm not a fan of the comics, but I like the way her powers work. I think it makes sense for where the universe is at for her powers to be what they are. If she had just like a embiggening hand, I think with Reed Richards about to come in, it would be too similar. So I like the way they're doing it. It adds a cosmic element to it. I just am not a fan of having to watch it all to understand the universe growth, like with another kind of astral realm they're living in with that quick blurb, which kind of looks like it could be her version of the ancestral plane or where Moon Knight was at the
Ooh, good point.
the gates
good
of
point.
Reed. So, you know, Scott Lang has a podcast, so it's kind of cool to see how they've explained. Like, it always didn't make sense to me. Like, how do the people in this universe know so much about like? 'Cause it seemed like that'd be super top secret information, like them time traveling and the fight with Thanos. Like they know all the details to the fight. Like how well? Okay, I guess it makes sense because Scott Lang's got a big mouth and likes to talk. So having to watch the show for those little tidbits is kind of annoying. But I'm almost at the point I'd rather just catch Eric Voss and Ryan Airy's opinion instead of watching the show and get the details that are important.
Yeah, new rock stars. Absolutely. I watch those shows anyway. How about you, Derek? What do you think about the show?
I have not watched it yet.
Yeah. Well, get in there, man, so you can learn. You got to learn what's happening, or you can just watch new rock stars. You don't have to. You don't have to. Or you can watch us talk about it.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's what I'm doing.
Most preferably.
No, I'll. Yeah. I know it's not gonna be for me. I don't think it's gonna be bad. I'm busy with other shows. I'll get to it eventually. It's probably one that I will watch with somebody or like in between the next movie, just in case there's any Easter eggs. And I don't know, like for me personally, ever since Endgame, I've been kind of just going through the motions just to see where it's going. It's more curiosity and the fact that I invested so much time in the MCU at this point that I don't know, nothing ever since has really excited me or pulled me in except for this new Thor movie. That's the only one that I'm really, really pumped about.
Yeah.
Moon Knight, I was pleasantly surprised with. I was excited for that one, and that one delivered. Yeah, I'll get there.
Don't give up. I've been telling everybody this is the next chapter, and so they're building a foundation. Like you get crazier and crazier. Just think of the Fast franchise. And they got crazier and crazier, and now we're at the point where Fast is in space, and you can't get any farther than space. That's what happened with Endgame. We got to space, and now we had to drop back down to Earth and build a new foundation to tell a new story. And so that's what's happening. We had over a decade building up to the Endgame point. So that's all that's happening, and they're bringing in new people, telling new stories, building a new foundation, and it's gonna be okay. So now here is the thing though. There are a whole lot more projects involved in the MCU now where Kevin Feige isn't quite as hands-on with everything. So there is a chance for other people that he trusts to drop the ball a little bit. But in theory, this should work out. We just need to build the new foundation and build it up and climax and have a great new high point and be excited. And then when the next chapter, we're going to be saying, man, this show sucks next to the Eternals. Curtis, what do you got, man? What do you think? First of all, what do you think of the show? Second of all, what do you think about where we're at with Marvel? Or MCU,
so first,
rather?
With the show, they definitely tapered off for episode 2. They definitely tapered off with a lot of the in your face kind of graphics and stuff. It was still there, but it wasn't as prevalent as in your face as the first episode, stylistically and stuff like that. But it's not bad. Again, we're not the core demographic. We're not. But it was fine. It was okay. She's learning to use her powers, and she moves on and stuff. But however, freaking Cameron just brought up a damn good point. And like, especially Derek, if you haven't been watching it, now that he brought up such a good point, like for Thor coming out in less than a month, you might need to check it out because if what Cameron's talking about, of her going like into the spirit realm of her religion, just like Black Panther did. Thor's going to go to the Hall of the Gods, and so it might have some bearing on the Thor movie coming up, which would make absolutely sense time wise for Marvel. They do that shit. So like I think that that's kind of that's a really good point that Cameron made. I wasn't thinking along those lines. I was thinking more along the comic book lines. But they're obviously her powers are different. They're doing different things with it than they were with the comic. So that that's got me a little more excited. It's fine. It's in no way a bad show. It's not something I'm gonna. If I wasn't a Marvel fan, I would seek out. But it's fine. But now I'm kind of that makes me want to look for stuff more. I'm glad you brought that up, Cameron.
No, and they've been doing a lot of that. The way, like when Shang-Chi came out, and they had the Dweller in Darkness sucking the souls out of people, and like that visual was the same visual that got used in the next week's What Ifs when Doctor Strange was sucking the powers out of the demon. So like every time they make it connect just a little bit more. And I can't think of the other examples, but there was another good one just from Doctor Strange that just happened, and it was just a quick blurb in Miss Marvel how it connected real quickly. So I can definitely see how something that they're using in Miss Marvel will be an element in Thor. And the trailers ruin everything. So I'm pretty sure I saw the Hall of Gods in the trailer.
And you
for sure you did.
You also got to wonder, like, if that bracelet is related to the 10 rings in some way, how she gets her power or something.
That's
right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all related, and it's all going to unfold, and we're gonna figure it all out. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff, man. We got She-Hulk coming. We got more Miss Marvel. I don't even know how many episodes of this series there are. We got Thor coming.
4 or 5 more.
Yeah, we got Thor coming, and it's like, man, all of this. I keep talking about it, but all of this stuff, we sat through a big dry spell during the pandemic, and now we don't have enough time. We got 2 shows coming out in one day. You know what I mean? Like we got and The Boys, and now we got DC shows that are about to start popping up, plus all the movies that are popping up, and then you have shows coming out on the same day. And what comes out on the same day as Miss Marvel? Oh. Well, I got to tell you, segue. Obi-Wan comes out on the same day. And so we're going to talk about the Obi-Wan episode and just series up in general. We have one more episode. I heard it's going to be like an hour and 20-minute episode of Obi-Wan, which I would think you need that much time to tell a complete story because man, this show's all over the place. There's some really great things that have happened in this show. There's also some like, what the hell was that that's happened in this show. I've enjoyed it. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But I'm going to go straight to Derek because I saw him rubbing his hands together. I know he loves Star Wars. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about this Obi-Wan series, and like, where are you with it? Are you satisfied? Are you not satisfied? How are you feeling?
I am fully satisfied. I've seen a lot of negative comments, and I don't get it. I don't get any of the negative comments. Star Wars has never been perfect. You can go through every single movie, every single show, and nitpick plot holes and bad writing. Like it's a fantasy. It's a space fantasy, and that's just what it is. It's Star Wars. It's not. I don't know. I can't even think of anything right now. But no, I absolutely love this show. I think Reva is great. I know there's been a lot of hate about Reva. I love Reva. I enjoy seeing Obi-Wan being broken and giving up on everything until he has to go and use his powers again. It was something I wasn't expecting it to go that direction, and I really like seeing that type of stuff. It's a different layer of characterization and character development. And Ewan McGregor's a brilliant actor. Anytime I see that guy do anything, it blows me away. I love that guy. I love it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the finale.
Curtis, what are you thinking, man? How have you enjoyed this show? Come on.
All right.
Come on, man. Use your words. Use your words.
I don't know yet. Me punch and hug at same time. I don't know. Like, so to me, I've said it before. This was the strongest start to any Disney Plus series, like Marvel or Star Wars. Period. It was the strongest start. And it does have flaws, but like at the same time, after the first 2 episodes, it's kind of been the same story over and over again. They almost catch Obi-Wan and Leia, and then they get away. And then they almost catch Obi-Wan and Leia, and then they get away. And then they almost catch Obi-Wan and Leia. Hey, you know what happened? No spoilers, but they almost catch Obi-Wan and Leia, and then get away. Like, so it's like each episode has been, and there's been standout scenes in every episode that have been amazing. Like, there was a scene, I don't know if I want to spoil it, but like in the last episode, that made me like go, oh my God. like yes, this is like, just like, this is what I've wanted for so long. And it was amazingly awesome. But then you know what happens? Spoiler alert, Obi-Wan and Leia get away. Like, and it's the same thing. Like, and there's other subplots going on, but it started so strong and it hit so hard to me. And then it's kind of just like kind of been filler. It's the same story each week. Like, and it's kind of bugging me a little bit. Vader's awesome, and I see where they're going. Like, I see what they're doing character-wise with, Anakin and Obi-Wan, but it's kind of turned into filler a little bit. It pisses me off. And you know what? Episode 6 is probably going to be balls out amazing and be like, just like Disney does, get ready for season 2. Like, so
yeah, I think you're right, man. And it's, that's kind of what The Mandalorian is. It's like, it's the same thing over all week. They might be following that formula, but I know what you mean.
Mando hides it better than, if that's true, then Mando hides it better.
But the deal with Mando is that they have the standalone episode, kind of like we're doing the Rifleman, where every week is a different format, but it's kind of the same. But then they're also a long story, so it's like they're doing two formats at once. Whereas this is just supposed to be the long format, but they're getting used to telling stories that way. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of things in this that everyone was like, okay, why did they let him get away? Why didn't he get, he's scared of fire and all that. And I was like, man, they let him get away. But then in the next episode, you didn't see any evidence that they let him get away. It was like, no. And the same thing, spoiler on this new episode, there's a similar thing with a spacecraft, and Darth Vader does some badass Darth Vader stuff, and then
amazing.
And there's a similar thing to like, oh, why didn't he just walk through the fire or move the fire? Same thing with the spacecraft. You'll know. I'm not going to give anything away on here, but like, you'll know. And it's like, okay, you did this amazing feat that you could have just repeated, and he didn't do it. But you know what? I don't want to be a crybaby. Another thing is they had Princess Leia doing some high-tech grown-up stuff where they're like, get her a ladder, and she's going to go do some stuff. And I'm like, man, give me a break. But then I'm thinking, well, Anakin, when he was a kid, was building droids, and you've got them flying pod racers, so that makes sense. Quit being a douche, and also,
but Leia was a princess. I don't imagine her doing any high electrical work.
No way,
at the
man.
House. Like,
it's genetics. They're just good. They're just good with flying. It's in the it's in the blood, man. Right. And I think people are being a little bit too picky on this show. I think it's been really good so far. I get the gripes, but sometimes it's like, hey, this is a TV show. It's not a movie budget, and they're telling the story the best they can with what they're doing and with the budgets they got. And no, this isn't an independent filmmaker that's restrained. It is Disney, but they do have a limit. They say, okay, we're going to allot this for this project. And I think it's been really entertaining. I've really enjoyed the characters. And there's a couple of, I'm going to complain about any show you put on. There are some things like the chase scene through the woods where where they're trying to catch
was
Leia, and then they bump into a tree branch, like, I'm like, okay, cue the Benny Hill theme song music, on this part, but running around chasing Leia. Yeah, I get it, but I think overall they're doing a good job. Here's what I want to see. Oh, what do you got, Curtis? Because we got to wrap it up pretty soon. So I'm
sorry. Just real quick. So you're making. I'm not. It's not like I'm very glad this show exists. Okay. I am enjoying it. I'm not. I'm trying. I'm not. I don't want to be a hater on it. However, you made a good point. And I just want to point that out. Like, it is a TV show, and it just seems like they haven't paced it as such. What's weird is that there's an interview where it's got Ewan McGregor talking about, like, oh, and once you see episode 8 and 9, like, you'll be amazed. There's like an interview out there I was reading, but it's like 6 episodes, and so I don't know if he is already talking about stuff that they filmed for season 2, or if he was under a misunderstanding or something like that, or if they just paced it wrong, because it does just seem like the same story over and over.
What you're talking about happened at Star Wars Celebration, and he was pulling a Howard Dean, is what he was pulling. Yeah, we're gonna go to Washington, and then we're gonna go to That's what he was doing. He was on stage. He was fired up, and he was like, I'm glad you guys enjoyed episode 1 and 2, and they're like, yeah, and then you're gonna enjoy 3 and 4, and they're already talking about possibly doing future Obi-Wan stuff. And then when he got past 6, and he's like, it's 7 and 8 and 9, and everybody's like, yeah, that's what they were doing. He's talking about the future. He's not talking about things they already.
Okay.
A lot of people saw that and were like, holy crap, are they going to be 9 episodes? But they only listed 6 on IMDb. I don't. That would be a beautiful surprise, but I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty sure he's just talking about future stuff. But here's what I want to see happen. That's not going to happen. But here's what I would like to see happen would be for Darth Vader to basically catch him and torture him, or what they should have done, like burned him, and he's torturing, and he let him get away, and he wants his fear, and he wants to catch him, and based off of what you were saying the other day, and I want to see Obi-Wan taken to the edge, maybe like the rebel or the Empire lady who was actually a rebel from Game of Thrones who helped him. Who helped him escape?
Tala.
Yeah, there we go. Tala, played by Indira Varma. She died right in front of him. If it would have been like Darth Vader cutting her in half right in front of him, and it made him from being scared to being angry,
right?
And he starts turning. You see his eyes turn red, and then you hear Darth Vader go, "Yes, feel the anger," and he's like, now you are, and all of a sudden, but he goes to the edge, because there's a lot of Jedis that have turned and turned back.
Yeah.
And he goes, but here's what I want. I want him to go to the very edge where his eyes start turning, and Darth Vader is hovering over him, and then all of a sudden, Qui-Gon's fucking Force Ghost is like, saves him, and is like Obi-Wan, blah blah blah. Yeah, I have a particular set of skills, and no, I'm just kidding, sorry, but he's like Obi-Wan, and then all of a sudden it pulls his eyes back from being red back to normal, and he's like, Master Qui-Gon, for just a second, you know what I mean, and it pulls him back, and he's like, and he coaches him, he's like, patience or whatever, and then you had him, not only this whole show, we've been trying to see him, we've been waiting to see him be able to communicate with Master Qui-Gon, and I'm sure they're going to bust that out at the end. There's going to be some way but I think it would have been cool for him to get so scared that it leads to hate and anger and suffering and all those things, and he starts to turn for just a second, and then gets pulled back and saved by his old dead master.
That would have been perfect.
Gold.
Like, if they would have, because that he hadn't used any force powers. He used none. Like, he could barely move that watch. And then in this episode, he's just like blowing doors off and like throwing people around and stuff. It would have been amazing if he got so scared or so angry, and then the powers came. So he kind of like once he channeled that fear and that anger, then the powers came, and then Vader is even more like he didn't turn to the dark side or anything, but he was like, wait, maybe there's a plus to this. Like, it's working again. It wasn't working before,
And maybe and maybe even Master Anakin Vader stops because he sees Qui-Gon's Force ghost, and that was his
Right.
master too, and he's like, whoa, and then you have a masterpiece of the tragedy of the turning of Obi-Wan and the redemption by Qui-Gon.
Well, I'll be very surprised if Darth Vader doesn't almost get him and then they get away.
Yeah, no, that's what's gonna happen.
That's what's gonna happen.
But I have a feeling Qui-Gon's ghost is gonna save the day.
Yeah,
That's
I really hope
I'm
so.
pretty sure. Yeah. So all right, well, man, that's gonna wrap it up. We gotta. I'm having a blast, guys. We've got Derek and Cameron, Curtis, me here, and this is a great team, man. I've been trying to assemble a team, and we got some good people, different personalities, different opinions. I apologize for the technical difficulties. That won't be happening next time. I've got that fixed, and man,
Turn the fan on.
yeah, I got the fan was off. No wonder my computer was like melting basically. So I got that fixed. So be sure, guys, you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Hit subscribe, and guys, you guys, where can we reach you? Do you guys have social media that people can find you guys? You can, if anybody wants to follow you or anything like that, or
I have a Twitter. I have an Instagram.
what's your Twitter and Instagram handle?
The Twitter is Jedi Jump Kick, and the Instagram is Future King of Space.
Nice. How about you, Cameron? What do you got?
You can find me at Big Dick Johnson 111 on Instagram. I'm just kidding. I don't do social media.
All
so-
All right.
You and Naked HD are meant for each other, buddy.
Yes. And then we got Naked HD. I hope he's not back tonight. And then we got Curtis. You can find him. He's got Bakertown on YouTube, right?
Yes, Bakertown on YouTube. I'll get a Twitter and an I think I have an Insta. Anyway, but Bakertown on YouTube. And
Yeah.
here.
And you can find me. I'm the OG Clint Baker on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. And you can also find me and my friends here every Friday at 5:30 talking about the latest news and talk about TV shows and movies and all the exciting stuff. And also, in about a half an hour, we're going to be doing our movie battle show that we do every Friday night at 8. Called Versus. Tonight we got Real Steel versus Over the Top. So, man, if you're not doing anything, hang out with us. We got our buddy Adrian coming over, and it's going to be a good time. So thanks once again for tuning in, folks, and we are going to see you guys soon. Ba-da-doon, doon, doon, doon. Everybody make it. Oh, it's the wrong music again.